Hey trainers, welcome back. So if you've been keeping up with all the Pokemon Go Niantic news, then you know the shit show that we're about to trudge through, but if you have not, then I am here to be your guide. So, this all boils down to remote raids, which have become a staple part of the game and actually a big part of how a lot of people play the game now. Being able to raid and boost friendship with people across the globe. Being able to get more XL candies, especially, which is still another situation that we're not even really going to touch on today, but that's a whole shit show in itself. But basically, Niantic has raised the price for remote raid passes from 100 Pokecoins to, I believe it's now 195, so just about doubled, as well as raising the price for the bundles and limiting players to only being able to play 5 remote raids a day. Now, this doesn't seem to really make any sense. It doesn't benefit anybody at all. It doesn't even really benefit Niantic. Because if you're raising the price for the raid passes and then limiting the number of raids you can do, they're not making any more money off that. In fact, they're going to be making less because people are going to, one, stop buying them, and two, just stop buying them. And if they do buy them, you're only being able to use 5 at a time now. So it doesn't really make sense from a community standpoint. You're not building the community, you're dividing the community even more, actually, because you can no longer join big raid lobbies with friends across the globe and being able to like hop on a raid train over there. You can't do that anymore. So Niantic's response seems to be that the whole purpose for this is that they are aiming to bring the like go aspect back to Pokemon Go, to send people to go do your raids with your in-person community, which not everybody has. We're not all so lucky that we have a big enough in-person community or even enough gyms nearby and like just the area you're able to play in. And we just don't, not everyone has that. So if there's a big 5-star raid boss, you might not be able to do it unless you can remote into a community that does have a lot of people, which now you can't really, unless you're going to shell out $2 for each pass and then only do 5. That's still like $10 a day to do 5. And if you're trying to like catch legendaries and get a bunch of candies to power something up for Master League, and that it's just not going to happen. That's going to take forever now with only 5 a day as well. So with Niantic's purpose to try and bring things back to how they were, the world's not going to go back to the way it was, like probably ever. Everything has changed now. Not just the way we play or are able to play Pokemon Go, but even going to work is different now. But unfortunately, the world is just not going to go back to the way it was, no matter how high you raise your prices for these remote raid passes. So for those of you involved with the online, especially Twitter and Discord communities for Pokemon Go, you've probably seen the hashtag HeroesNiantic, as well as, notice this isn't the first time that we've had to use a big trending hashtag on Twitter in order to try and get Niantic to reconsider a drastic change to the game that just really inhibits everyone's ability to play rather than benefiting. You've probably also seen not just the hashtag, but a big typed up open letter to Niantic from a lot of the community leaders that is being passed around and retweeted all over the place to get more eyes and more awareness on that, like a community letter to Niantic about how these changes are negatively affecting the game, the community, and everything Niantic is supposed to, I think, be standing for. But yeah, once again, we're just in this insane situation where I don't think I've seen a single person speak out in favor of this decision from Niantic. Just about every content creator you could imagine and their mother has made a video about how bad this change is. And so here's me making a video about how bad this change is. So there's only one good thing that has come out of this, and no, it is not the boost to XL rare candies from raids, but it is actually a tweet from Goodyear Blimp, like the actual blimp company that you see flying over like race car tracks or something. I think that's what they do. So I'll bring that up here for you guys in a second, but let me set the scene first. So we have Cowboy Hat Caterpie, a fairly well-known content creator account on Twitter. Go send him a follow. But he tweets out to Goodyear Blimp how much to rent you for like 8 hours in San Francisco, asking for a lot of friends, hashtag Pokemon Go. And then so Goodyear Blimp responds, and it is not what you would expect. So Goodyear responds here, and they say, unfortunately, we're not able to physically make it to San Francisco for this event, and we've already hit our daily limit on remote blimp passes. We'll trade you a drift blimp, though. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that for a second because the Goodyear Blimp response was just probably my favorite thing I've seen come out from one of these big Niantic situations in a long time. And Niantic has been in a lot of situations recently, just with decisions and or possibly lack thereof. So hopefully people keep spreading the Hear Us Niantic, and the post from, I believe, Ghost Stadium might have been the original one to write up this letter and post it, but keep circulating that letter around. Hopefully Niantic will see it, read it, and make a positive response and change in the game like we have seen before. But yeah, it's unfortunate we had to do this whole thing again for such a large scale situation, and this is not even considering all the like tiny little issues in the game that we just kind of overlook at this point. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that for a second. All right, bye.